Hello. Wait, what? Why isn't the game music get? Oh, there it is. Hello. Oh God. Hello. Man, I'm feeling terrible today. I mean, hey, I'm doing amazing. Great. Hi. Hello. That's totally what I meant. Oh God. Oh. Anyways, I was actually kinda very surprised to find out that I still had a character alive from last stream. But yeah, there it is. It's still alive. I actually forgot about it. Hmm. The Discord bot isn't working. I cannot get it to do the ping thing. But oh well, whatever is fine. I already put in the code, yes. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else I've got to do right now. I can just go ahead and play the game. Yeah, I'll just go ahead. Oh man. I got a short nap, thinking that, oh hey, I'm gonna take a short nap and maybe I'll feel amazing after doing that. But no. Holy moly, I feel drained after sleeping. That's crazy. Hmm. What quests do I have? Okay. Interesting. Nice, and that's 100% crit chance. That should be pretty helpful for doing this dungeon. You know what I just noticed? So like, have you ever seen a natural bow dropping with piercing 1? Or well, anything below piercing 4? That sounds like a bug. I mean, I've never seen any war bows dropping with anything besides piercing 4. So that looks like a bug. But anyways, I'm gonna turn off my stun shot for now. And yep. I do not have the Kappa quest, do I? Yeah, I do not. So no reason to go for these Kappas here. It's just a waste of time to try to kill them. Oh my god, I'm feeling so dead right now. I really shouldn't have taken that nap because I'm feeling so much worse now than before I took the nap. It's weird how the human body works, doesn't it? Yeah. More damage or stun shot? Which one do I even want? No clue. Oh god. Anyways, I've been trying to do some things. Like today and this morning before I starting the stream. I actually spent about 3 to 4 hours trying to do some editing. And can someone explain to me why does editing have to be so difficult? Like, jeez. In those 3 to 4 hours, I've worked on like one video. And even then, the video wasn't really finished. Like, after I worked on it, I just watched it again, and I was like, holy crap, this is complete garbage, and I discarded it. But yeah, I guess it's just difficult because I'm starting out right now. Still, I'm pretty horrible at editing. Hmm. Hello. Hi. How are you? Hopefully doing good. I cannot say as much about myself because I had the most ridiculous nap in napping history. Argentine or English? English. I cannot speak Portuguese. Wait, Argentina speaks Portuguese, right? It's not Spanish. Did I get it wrong? Hopefully not. Hmm. Uh, I was supposed to hit both of these enemies, but sucks to suck, I guess. Bruh. Both of these things have great immunity. By the way, if you never figured out which inscription belongs to the crit immunity buff, it's the one that looks like a V, this one, which is on both obelisks, and the one that belongs to stun reds, which is the other important one for me, is the one that's like this one, the L, but it's reversed. This one is more complicated to explain, honestly. This one depends on the position of the obelisk as well. Anyways, the important one is crit immunity. And yeah, I have to get rid of both of these things. Oh, I think I'm dead. Wait, no. Nice. Great. See, that's why we get smoothies. I was so dead if I didn't get that smoothie. Oh right, I can also cheese the boss, now that I think about it. Should I do it? Maybe. I will be very safe if I choose to chase it. Yeah, I'm gonna choose it. Is it lame? Yes, absolutely. But I think it's more lame to lose. Or is it? I don't know. This guy is tanky though. It's taking a lot of material shots to kill him. Nice. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go for stun shot first. I'll max it out. I think it's pretty important to have stun shot maxed out because it's gonna help. Wait. Holy crap, this recurve bow is way better than this war bow. Anyways, I think it's more important to get stun shot first because it helps a lot with perfect combo. Oh. These things both have crit immunity. Also, I can turn this thing on. I did something yesterday actually. So after the stream Oh, range damage. That's amazing. It's not very often I get a run that has range damage. Cool. So yesterday after the stream, I hopped on my main pyro for a bit, the one that at 1 million steps. And I was instantly like, holy cow, this is so much fun. And it is. It reminded me that this game isn't just this stupid challenge. And the game can actually be fun. But honestly, even now I'm still kind of enjoying this challenge after doing that. I don't know what the logic is, but I don't feel like I'm forced to make some forced to play something terrible. It feels kinda nice, I guess. It's interesting how my death counter has gone up, like, it's skyrocketed after I started this challenge. I think my death counter was like 60 when I started the challenge, and now it's around 120. So yeah, I've died a lot of times. Like a lot of times. Yikes. Hmm. Oh, hello, Nameless. How you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing great. I guess this run is going pretty damn well. I mean, I got some pretty decent adventure upgrades. I don't think I've got any useless ones. Or did I? I'm at 2.1k steps. That means I should have 4 or 5 upgrades. I guess I'm about to get my 5th. Oh, I got 5 already. Yeah, I didn't get any useless upgrades. That's cool. I also got good Morgana blessings. Yeah, you know what? This run is actually looking pretty damn good. Nice. Hopefully I don't throw, like I usually do. Doing pretty well, nice. I'm glad to hear that. Your Necro tank build has 1.7 mil HP in Transcended form. Wait, that seems wrong? Shouldn't it be higher? I guess you also went for some damage or maybe mana percent, so your puppets are tankier or something? What? You died to a slime! Unfortunate. I guess it must have been an elite slime, right? Or was it actually just a normal slime? Because I believe that normal slimes have pretty low stats, so they shouldn't be too dangerous. Using Necromantic got 22k steps, so lost the hardcore BK to a regular bat. I mean, maybe you got bleeded or something. That would explain it, I think. Or maybe you played with lifetime wounds and didn't have barrier up. Yeah, there's some pretty weird deaths out there. Yeah, honestly, every class feels powerful in my opinion, if you manage to build them right. Even Marksman can feel pretty powerful, but it does take a bit more effort than other classes. I think Marksman is one of the hardest classes to build, like to get the final form of it. It takes a lot of knowledge, I guess. It was bleeding ahead, lifetime wounds, and death status. Oh my goodness, yeah. That sounds horrible. Oh, nice. But one more level and I'll be done with stun shots. I should probably make it a rule for myself to always kill the ranged enemies with ethereal shot, just to make sure that I don't end up making the same mistake I made in my last run. But I don't know. Physical evasion, I don't really want to rely on physical evasion. It feels like it's a bit against the spirit of the challenge. So, let's reroll that. Haste. Yeah, sure, give me that. I can do some haste. Okay, you know what, maybe taking that nap wasn't such a bad idea, because now I'm feeling refreshed. It took a bit of time until it kicked in, but I am feeling more refreshed now. Yeah, I said I would make it a rule to kill mages only with ethereal shot, but nah, screw it. I can be careful, I think. That was just a one-time mistake, and I was playing pretty horribly that day. I don't think it's one of those mistakes that I have to keep in mind, actually. I guess I can quick save so I can get a few more gargoyles. I can get 2 of them at most, but still. It can be... it can make the difference between completing the quest and not completing it. And yeah, I think in the early game it's more important to get damage upgrades rather than crit damage. I could be wrong about that. But either way, for now I'm gonna choose crit damage because I have the ores for it. Yeah, maybe I could have upgraded my bow in a better way, but that's my knowledge right now. Oh, nice. Critical buff. At this point, it's not really that useful anymore, but whatever. And yes, I can see that cat, but I'm worried that if I go up to talk to the cat, then I'll lose the dungeon. And I mean, I'll just find the cat another time. It's fine. And there's Frank. But Jonathan made sure that this interaction is completely useless. In the last update he made it so you don't actually have to rescue Frank. You just wait and eventually he's gonna show up at your starting camp. That's not a change that I am personally fond of, but well, you know. It's his game after all. It's a bit difficult for me to understand why he made that kind of mechanic. He added it to the game and then he made it redundant. For the second time actually, because this isn't a new thing. A couple months ago you could also find rank like that, just spawning in your starting camp randomly, saying that he got rescued by Shintaro. Upgrading weapons feels really good now that I think about it. I don't really know why I was so reluctant to upgrade my gear before. But I definitely think it's worthwhile to spend some coins on upgrading it. I mean, it's not like I have anything else to spend my coins on, right? There's crossroads, but like they're not that important. I mean, they're also important, but they usually don't take that much of a high amount of coins to get the right buff. All I'm hoping for right now is to just get the rings again and hopefully get the total damage buff as well. If I manage to get that, then I should be able to technically get the highest damage possible in this run. Meanwhile, with Ostrich, sometimes I spend 100k coins trying to get a good crossroads buff HP. Wait, what were the Ostrich crossroad buffs? I actually forgot. Let me check it with the wiki. Okay. Oh my goodness, the wiki is working extremely slow. Crossroad buffs. Let's see. Ostrich, Health is infinite, then you got damage, evasion, crit chance, crit damage, knockback, res, sun res, armor, magic evasion. Wait, what? Why do you need to do so much re-rolling then? You have a lot of useful buffs, right? Oh, I guess crit damage is a useless one, and it's infinite. I don't know, from the looks of it, the only buffs that you should have at high steps are health, crit damage, and magic evasion. And I guess you really don't care about magic evasion and crit damage. So that's just a 1 in 3 chance. It shouldn't take that long to reroll for it, right? I guess you are very unlucky or something, I don't know. Free damage and damage are useless with my build. Going for health and magic evasion. What? What kind of build are you going for then? It has to be a death mullet thing, I guess. I guess you're going full tank. But yeah, at the end of the day, you only got 2 useless buffs. So it doesn't make sense that you would get to 100k cost. That's a lot of rerolls. Yeah, I don't know. I noticed one bad thing I tend to do when I play this challenge is that I fight an enemy that is close to me, and I don't actually look at that enemy, I look up for the other enemies. Which is, it's a habit that I got from music, I think. Because that's something you have to do in music. When you read a sheet of music, you have to look ahead of what you're actually playing. But I think in this challenge it's a pretty bad thing. The fact that I do not really look at the enemies close to me might come back to bite me. That's probably how I ended up dying on ICBM. Maybe I think I was looking at other enemies and didn't pay attention to that mage. Oh, I'm full inventory. That's a pretty good bow. Is it worth it for me to upgrade it though? Maybe it's a bit too quick. Is it? I don't know. For now, I'll take it and lock it. Oh, I'm almost done with the dungeon. Just got the boss now. With Mastery, it has the stun resist Morgana buff and stun resist runes. So the stun res cross res buff is basically useless. I mean, that's on you, I guess. What buff could be useful for you? I mean, Morgana blessings. I guess you want HP and armor. Those two are definitely useful. And then stun res. What could you replace? What could you get instead of stun res? Gotta check the wiki again to see the list of buffs. I guess there's nothing really. You actually only have stun res. That's the only useful buff you can get. Normally you could get total damage, I guess, but since you're doing a full tank build, it doesn't really matter. I still don't understand how people can say that that the wiki is useless. Like, just in today's stream alone, I used it 2 times. So I don't know. Wow. Now I just gotta get down here and do that. Good. So I definitely want these electro nanas so I can make more smoothies, because I am running low. I only got 1 smoothie left. Wait, how am I doing? No. Nothing interesting there. Oh, and I got the classic 101 inventory. Let's see, how expensive is it to upgrade this bow? I guess it's gonna be pretty decent. Yeah, I'll try to upgrade it, I guess. Oh, hello! How you doing? Hmm. You know what I was thinking just today? If if someone is trying to become a content creator, then it's probably a lot better if you are bad at games instead of being good at games. Because when I think about it, it's just, most people would rather interact with a streamer or YouTuber who is bad at playing their game rather than someone who is good at it. Because it's a lot more relatable if the guy you are watching is less skilled. It just makes it so it's easier for people to backseat and leave comments, and comments mean engagement, and engagement means more success, I guess. It's probably a lot more interesting to watch someone being bad than someone being good. Because, yeah, when you watch someone who is great at the game, most of the time you're not going to understand even half of the actions they are taking. I hate how you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. But it just makes sense, right? And if you take a look at the statistics, all the big streamers are pretty terrible at games, right? Like all the big gaming streamers. There's very few exceptions to that rule. From what I've seen, it's like if it's across multiple games, then if you are good, you are boring. And if you are bad, you have other qualities that make you exciting to watch. But on the other hand, I'm thinking about things like Geometry Dash, for example. If you check out that game, the top YouTubers, the ones that are the most watched, are actually the top players. So I don't know. I guess it's not. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying, honestly. I may have tried to start a topic that I do not know how to continue. You know, like, no, not now. I need to get to a specific thing. Then I can try to prove my point. But it's gonna... Oh, I can see something. Hold on. So, just like that. If you notice, every time I get to an item on the ground, I will stop for a split second, and it's like I hesitate to pick it up. If you don't play this challenge, then you probably don't really understand why that is, or you probably wouldn't even pick up on it. But that's because sometimes enemies can spawn underneath the underneath items on the ground. So I'm stopping because I want to see if there's a ghoul that is underneath the item and if it's going to rise up. There's a lot of small things like that that I do in this challenge, which I know about them because I have experience with this game mode. But for someone who doesn't really play this game mode, they're like just weird things. It's not stuff that you would pick up on immediately. It depends on the game community. Yeah, I guess. It really does depend. I mean, in our community, the biggest streamer is the game developer, so Jonathan is the biggest streamer of OneBit. And he doesn't even play the game! Some gamers are amazed and learn by watching stronger or more skilled players, and others like average players because they are relatable. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that really depends on the game after all. I hate gridlock. I really don't like this challenge in... I really don't like this crossroad in this challenge. But it's one of the most useful ones, because it's a 1.5% damage buff. So I still have to do it, but it's so annoying. Enemies are just so tanky. I do not like this crossroad. You know, about that thing, gridlock is horrible for grass builds. Yes, it totally is. It sucks a lot. That thing about good players taking in things from even better players. You know, that has... You got a point with it, but I don't think I really see that happening very often. I don't think I've seen many players who like look at some streamer and go and pick up on things that they do. Small things. But it is definitely a strategy. Oh, or on the topic of things that I do and people watching might not understand very well, is when I do Underworld, for example, and I almost never pick up items with my body. I use my pet instead. Do you know why that is? It's probably pretty easy to figure it out because I said it out loud. It's not very difficult to think about the reasoning behind it. But it's one of those small things that you wouldn't really pick up on immediately. When you watch, I mean. Is that self-glazing, if I talk about that kind of thing? I feel like it's just interesting facts, but maybe I'm wrong. I do big things. An example would be occasionally rearranging my hotbar or whatever it's called. It always contains like 5 weapons, 12 helm, including living at 4 or so chest plates. I mean, I also use a lot of hotbar things, but I just don't have any reason to use a lot of items on this run, this specific run. Eventually, when I end up getting to Prestige 5, for example, I will have a pretty large amount of items in my hotbar that I will be switching back and forth. For example, if I make it very far, then you're gonna see me do a lot of item switching between a Gnasher bow and a recurve bow, or a kunai, either one of those. Talking about that made me think about gameplay at that stage. Like when I get to Prestige 5 and I get to play more fun stuff. I think that's my problem with Archer. I like playing Archer, but I like playing endgame Archer. That's the more accurate way to talk about it. The gameplay I have right now is pretty boring, honestly. There's nothing remotely interesting, I think. But when you get to the endgame and you get all those awesome items like Gnasher Bow and Poison Sets and what else? The Cloak, Trinity Bow, you know, all those cool items. That's when the game gets interesting with Archer. But I never get to that point. I always die while I'm in this stage, which is the boring stage. What's the Reaper icon? It's Wicked Hours. It means that you get pretty much double enemy spawns, so you get a lot more enemies spawning in the adventure. Enemies have 25% more HP and damage, as you can see here. And enemies have a 10% chance to drop equipment. Oh, and in a normal adventure, if you get to 5k steps and you enter this mode, the Wicked Hours, then Reapers can start spawning. Reapers do not actually spawn if you don't enter this game mode. Well, you can get them to spawn if you do the Reaper Crossroad. But yeah. I should rearrange my hotbar for my ostrich. It is kinda outdated right now. It takes a while to scroll because it has somewhere around 20-30 items. I don't know the exact. Yeah, I don't really do that. I like to keep my hotbar pretty empty, mostly because you only have 8 hotbar slots. On PC at least. Yeah, the Reapers spawning at all steps. I think that was an interesting time. But I'm also happy with the Wicked Hours thing. I think it makes it more interesting to have Wicked Hours be a condition to spawn Reapers. Imagine if I get a Gnasher Bow from this guy. That would be pretty cool. Cool. Wicked Hours makes getting more kills a bit harder, but also feel much more nice. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. And it makes you rich. This thing where enemies drop items is extremely good if you want to get money. Oh, no luck. I didn't get Gnasher Bow. Or any boss gear, actually. I forgot that now I can use the Forge. I can use any boss gear I get to reforge it and maybe have an extra chance at getting Gnasher Bow or something useful. But yeah, both item drop rates are a bit low right now. At this stage, I mean. Also, am I... Okay, I guess maybe others wouldn't know this thing, but am I going schizo when I think that this chest right here, at some point it used to be a mimic chest, and in some update it turned into a classic chest, like no matter how many times you find it, it's always a normal chest. But maybe others didn't pay attention to that, so... I just feel like... I remember it that way. I remember hitting it and seeing it turn into a mimic. By the way, if I end up dying, the stream ends. I just don't perform very well when I end up dying, I think. Yeah, it was actually a bug with chunks. Jonathan says that a few chunks got lost in the updates. Then he found them and brought them back into the game. And yeah, that's cool. Honestly, I wish we could get more new chunks, like in the normal adventure. Like, I think I would actually be more interested in seeing new chunks than the guild update, as strange as it sounds. Okay, not the guild update, but the PvP update. I don't know, it's very difficult for me to get excited about the PvP update. Or the speedrun update, I don't know what Jonathan is gonna call it. It just feels like it's a bit too different from the base game as a concept. And like, I don't want to play something completely different. I want to play this game, not something else. But yeah. I'd be interested in seeing a lava biome in the regular adventure. There's a lot of things that could be happening, honestly. Like, for example, having... Wait, just having biomes in general would be really cool. Like, I imagine you walk for a while, and for 600 steps, let's say that you enter the snow biome, and you can see snow. Or you can have a rain biome, or I don't know, a lot of interesting things. Yeah. I think there's a lot of things that could be added to the game to give it more flavor and make it feel nicer. But you know, it's an indie game after all. It's pretty difficult for Jonathan to come up with all of those. I think I'm due to get a weapon upgrade. My weapon is starting to look quite rusty. But I mean, I'm also in the gridlock thing. So gridlock makes the whole game feel sluggish. You know what I miss about the game? I miss that era where the game had people actually interested in going full-on hardcore in this game. Like, you know, the LSN, the Ake, those guys would spend a lot of time playing the game. But the problem is, they were too invested to the point where they both resorted to cheating in the game, which is, yeah, annoying. Man, I do not want to do this dungeon. Really? What? You never knew? How? Both of them cheated out of their ass, man. Why do I still have this quick bow? What is wrong with me? Oh, you didn't know about Haku. Yeah. Well, Haku never confirmed it. Like, directly. But, he kind of did it with his actions. I caught him cheating in my Hitless tournament. Well, Hitless event, like the one that was a few months ago on that challenge server. He blatantly cheated his run, like I had plenty of evidence against it. Then when I confronted him, he just quit the community. Like, how do I explain it? I confronted him about it in the context of the challenge, because I will not tolerate anyone cheating in my challenges. I think that's something that I just do not want to accept. And after I told him that I will ask Jonathan to confirm it, like looking into his account and seeing for sure if he's cheating in other things, like not just the hitless runs, but also his hardcore adventure. When I told him that, he immediately left all the servers and just went offline. So I don't know, to me at least, that kind of confirms it, that he was cheating and didn't want to deal with any consequences. But yeah. I also never really ended up having Jonathan confirm if he was cheating or not, because, well, I told Jonathan once, and I think he forgot to check it. I never heard about the topic again from Jonathan. But I'm also not very interested in hearing about it. I don't want to waste more time than necessary for a cheater. Oh, nice. I can use this bow. I'll keep it around. Gonna be useful to upgrade it. I just find it very difficult to believe that Aku got that 500k run that is on the leaderboards legit. That was basically that's how I first started getting suspicious of him. So when we were doing that Hitless challenge in my Discord server, oh, I hit level 40, so I get Frank for free now, yay. Anyways, when I was doing that challenge, I kept a close eye on him because I was already suspicious. And yeah. It's very hard to believe that he could do like, how many, 300k steps of only EDN. Like, you know, back when you could spam EDN and Elite Bounty to get a lot of coin ratio. It's just very difficult to believe that he managed to pull that off for 300k steps without making a single mistake. Obviously, I cannot say anything for sure because, you know, maybe he's just that good. Who knows? But yeah, at the end of the day, it was just... for me at least, he confirmed it with his behavior. Personally, I am at that stupidity level where people would immediately know if I cheated. Yeah. I mean, you're a decent player, no? You just, I think sometimes you miss a few things. Like, for example, when you were talking about Haunted Explosion being the reason why Puppeteer would be really good, and thinking that Raise Zombie would always get one-shotted at high steps. But it's not like big things, I guess. You know, I also did some form of cheating, if you count it as such, to get my level 10 cards. And honestly, if I get banned for doing it, I don't really care. Like, how do I say it? Maybe I just have a twisted sense of morals, but I think cheating to get just some cosmetic things isn't really that big of a deal. And I've been pretty transparent about it. Like, if it's something that could be punished, then I'm all for it. Although, it's not entirely cheating if you think about it, because at the end of the day I used features of the game itself to get those level 10 cards. It was more like I exploited the game. But yeah, one thing that's for sure is that I'm not going to cheat on leaderboards. You know, some of the loopholes. Oh, you mean like reviving dead characters and that kind of thing? Yeah. Well, that's what Haku was doing, and LSN. Honestly, there's a lot of ways to kind of cheat in this game, abusing exploits, I mean. So I can see why it's difficult for some people to abstain themselves from using those things. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's kind of lame to abuse game mechanics to get an advantage like that. Nice. Am I gonna get lucky? Let's see. No. Right. I guess I can upgrade my weapon now. The worst loophole that I have found thus far is a loophole in the adventurous submission system. This one is that. Yep. Yep. I mean, there's even worse than that. I know other exploits. Like, for example, you can submit one adventure like a billion times and get rewards for like 2 years in a row. For example, that 1 million run that I've got, it's possible for me to submit it like 2 years in a row. Well, no, not exactly, because the leaderboards are probably not gonna stay as they are for all this time. But yeah. I also know how to get infinite steps, for example, which is basically what I did to get those level 10 cards. My stance on cheating is that I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't impact other players. Like me getting those level 10 cards. At least personally, I don't think that's something that affects other players. It doesn't show up on the leaderboards anywhere. It doesn't really do anything. It's just some nice aesthetic thing for myself. But then again, maybe I'm using the wrong logic. Who knows? Makes sense, at least from my perspective. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking anyways. But maybe that's just cheater mentality or something. I don't know. Should I do spiked? It's a bit risky to do it, because there's a few bugs where you cannot see the spikes. Like this thing. See? Those spikes going up. You literally cannot see them at all. That kind of bug would be pretty terrible. You know what, I'll do it. Screw it. I'll just be very careful. Haste? Do I want haste? You wouldn't risk it? For the most part, it's only bugged in dungeons. I don't know. I'm very greedy, you see. Good luck, thanks. Yeah, I'll do a haste. Oh, I did not hit this guy? That's crazy. Gonna push more with force reach, alright. Good luck. See ya. I'll just keep pushing myself as well. Okay, it's pretty dangerous in the overworld as well, because, see? You can actually see these spikes, but it's pretty difficult to spot them until they go up. But yeah, I guess there's no going back now. I have to finish the crossroad if I want to get rid of it. I guess I just have to make sure that I do not step on anything that is not a blank tile. I know that a while ago there was this bug where you could have completely invisible spikes. Like literally, you would not be able to see anything at all. Not even when they go up. You would just end up taking damage, but I think that was fixed. I mean, it was a pretty old bug and I reported it. And I think it got fixed. At least I haven't seen it in a pretty long time. God, I love having damage. It feels so good. Let me guess, there's a tree right here, right? I guess not. Yeah, it was the... Okay, I got it wrong. Embarrassing. I'm thinking that I can try to get up to 5k steps today, maybe. If I don't end up dying, that is. I think 5k is a pretty good milestone. Maybe get 5k today, then tomorrow... Am I gonna stream tomorrow? I don't really know. I planned to hang out with my girlfriend for basically the entire day tomorrow. So I think I'm not gonna make it, actually. Yeah, I don't think I'll have enough time. I mean, we'll meet up at like 10 a.m. So technically, if I wake up early, then I have 1 hour or 2 to stream. But I don't think I want to stress myself out before going on a date. Like, if I end up dying, then I'll just be in a pretty bad mood. I do not want to... Actually, it's kind of... It goes both ways, because if I'm in a bad mood and I meet up with her, then it's like my mood is immediately going the other way around, and I'm all happy. But nah, it's still good to avoid it. Nice. Now that I think about it, I think I'm gonna do a journey to Prestige 10. Actually, no. Prestigious 10. That's what I would call it. So I'll try to get Prestige 5 on every single character in the game, including the special characters. But I need to do something. I need to add some kind of rule to it to make it interesting for both myself and maybe the ones watching. Because if it's just getting to Prestige 10, it's so boring. Like, that's stuff that everyone has done already. It's really not interesting. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Maybe I can actually try to do Prestige 10 with the Hitless marker. But it might be boring actually, because I'm already doing so much Hitless stuff. And I'm thinking about playing melee. If I play melee and have to do hitless stuff, then holy moly, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, it's gonna be extremely tedious. God, my tongue is not working today. What is going on with me? No, I'm not going to do the fraud quest. I am not suicidal. Maybe I could do it in some other kind of crossroad, but not this one. He's just gonna cover up the spikes and I won't notice and I'm gonna end up dying, so yeah, nope. I am not doing that. Oh god, my voice did something weird. Sorry about that. What now? So I can do this dungeon, but the thing is, this is where that bug with the spikes happens. But I think it's fine. I mean, I can limit myself to only walk on blank tiles, just like I did so far. Well, in a sense. Whatever, you get what I'm trying to say. I think it's an idea. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, and there we go. That's Frank. Yep, I got him. Now I can use the forge. How expensive is the forge actually? What? 720 coins for one forge? That's crazy cheap. What do you mean? Anyways, I do not need to use the forge, so I will not use it. Oh, crap. I sold my dark matter. Oopsie. That's not what I meant to do. I forgot to lock it down. It would have been useful to keep it around for EXP potions, the dark matter I mean. But yeah, I forgot to lock it down. Fortunately. Am I one-shotting Minotaurs? No. But that's fine. I'm fine with that. Honestly, I think the amount of damage that I want to stay at before I upgrade, like, my indicator for upgrading my weapon is gonna be Dark Mages. Wait, is that what they are called? I actually kinda completely forgot. Anyways, my indicator of upgrading my weapons is gonna be if I stop one-shotting the mages with my ethereal shot. I think it's pretty important for me to just kill them in one shot. It's very swift, very quick, and safe, I guess. I'm doing some really nice damage with perfect combo right now. Oh god. Did you see that? There's a spike right under this item. But yep, 24k damage with perfect combo. But yeah, this is why I should use my pet to pick up pretty much every item that I see in here. Spikes are scary. Wonder if it's possible for spikes to spawn under crates. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. But if it actually happens, and I end up dying from that kind of thing, it would be tragic, to say the least. Also, I've been paying close attention to one thing lately, which was to check if the tripwires can spawn under pile coins. And I don't think I've ever seen that happen. I don't think they can spawn under coin piles. I mean, to begin with, they have pretty... they have preset spawn locations. These spikes can only spawn in specific locations, but I do not know those locations just yet. I haven't documented them, and I have not learned them. So, it's looking scary, I guess. I wish there was some kind of a way for me to check enemy's health without going right next to an enemy. Because, well, it's almost completely impossible for me to check the health of a mage without dying in the process. I would like to see how much health mages have right now. But yeah, it takes a bit too many resources to do it. I need to get haste, I need to stun them. I might even need to slow them down. It's just too risky for something that is not necessary. Oh, magic door completed. Nice. If I'm lucky, I will also be able to complete this quest, boss hit list, if I manage to get a beholder from this dungeon. Should I actually keep playing even after getting to 5k steps? Oh, look at that. It's the invisible spike again. So annoying that thing is. I mean, you can kind of see the shape of the spike entrance right here. But that is so difficult to spot. Your only chance of seeing it is when it goes up. That's why I think it's necessary to use this option when doing this challenge, the less ground tiles thing. Because then you have less chances of this kind of thing happening. And I mean, it's not just this specific situation. I think in general it's better to have that option on, because it's less distracting, at least to me it is. You know what is pretty weird to me? Is the fact that even without pinging on Discord, this stream still got 50 views. I mean, obviously that's not crazy, but it's more views than my subscriber count. I guess YouTube is doing its job with the algorithm, and it's suggesting my stream to people interested in OneBit, maybe. Who knows? Maybe there's even a few views from people who don't have any idea what this game is. I could upgrade my bow again. I have a lot of money, so I don't really see a reason. I mean, I know I said that I would make my indicator for upgrading when I stop one-shotting mages with Ethereal Shot. But at the end of the day, I have enough money, so I think I can spare some of it to upgrade more often. Besides, it's kind of RNG if I get a weapon that is decent enough. Oh, I didn't get lucky with getting the Beholder. I have to be careful when going downwards. Because, well... Hold on, I'm focusing. What I wanted to say was that I have to be careful because of the spikes, so I don't end up walking into a spike. Yeah, no luck. I'm not gonna stay around for those gargoyles. I mean, I don't even... Oh my goodness! Look at this spawn. Right on a spike. I did not even know this was possible. My lord. That's scary looking. You know, I was actually just about to use Ethereal Shot on enemies. I imagine if I did that, then I get stunned. That would be death right there. Oh dear. I actually have to pay attention to that. That's crazy. Crit damage or damage? I'll go for damage. I mean, I'll also go for some crit damage. But I think the main focus is gonna be damage. I have more amethyst. Is that amethyst? Or am I getting the names wrong? Yeah, it's amethyst. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, I think it's more important to get damage upgrades over crit damage upgrades at the stage of the game I'm at right now. I don't feel like that was such a big improvement in damage. Or is it? I think it is actually. I got almost 10k extra damage on my perfect combo. Yeah, it was probably worth it. Let's make more smoothies. You can never have enough smoothies. You know, the smoothie recipe is so weird. Like, how in the world do you put an antidote in a smoothie? Antidotes are terrible in terms of taste. Like, they taste awful. Or do they actually? Just think about it. How do you make an antidote? You make it out of a mana potion with pears and apples, I think? So technically it shouldn't taste bad actually. Yeah, it's pears, apples, and mana. I mean, you don't really have a way to know how mana tastes like, the mana potion. Or do you? Wait, you actually do. Oh, hello. Yes, I remember the incident. Yes. That's why I'm not the goat. But yeah, I ended up discussing about the taste of things in OneBit. How do I make a mana potion actually? I never make that kind of thing myself, so I do not know the ingredients. I guess most of the consumable items would be delicious though. Yeah, because thinking about it, pretty much every consumable item is made with fruits, so they should taste amazing, I think. Wait. Is there... I'm pretty sure there are recipes that use steak and some kind of fruits. How do I feel about it? It might taste a bit weird, but maybe it's not bad. Oh. Just noticed that. Oh, you probably came from the Discord ping. That's what I was looking at right now. Wait, no, that was 2 minutes ago. Okay, I don't know. I give up. Anyways, rerolls. Damage, yes, that's what I want. It's a bit annoying doing this crossroad, but I have to do it because it's more damage and more damage is useful. Actually, is it worth it? Is the risk worth the reward? I have no clue. It's probably not that bad. It's just a few ranged enemies. Yeah, I guess it's not bad. Oh, now I can check more recipes. What in the world? Why do you make a smoothie with steak? Ew. Dude, that sounds disgusting. Oh my god. Jonathan, what were you thinking? What is this? Ew. Steak, antidote, and an electric banana? Ew. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Crap. Oh my god, that's terrible. Ew. Yes, you're right, it's an electric nana. It's an electro nana. But it's basically a banana filled with electricity, right? Like, okay, that one kind of makes sense to put in a smoothie. But steak? What the hell, man? Steak, ugh. I do not want to drink steak. Like, no, ew. That's just disgusting. Oh, now I can check the other recipes. So what else have I got? The antidote, which I was also trying to determine if it's delicious or not. Okay, apples and pears look nice. I like both of those. Mana potions. How do you make mana potions? Pears, oranges, and bananas. Dude! This should be called the smoothie. Why is this an antidote? Like, it's got... The antidote has so many fruits inside it. This is way more of a smoothie than the smoothie. What do you mean you put steak in a smoothie? Ew. My goodness, that's horrible. Yeah, I don't know. What would it... Oh my goodness. Look at this. Pearls and dark matter? What in the world? There's no way that this is delicious. Pearls? Really? Ew. Anyways. I guess that's enough talking about food. I should keep going with the game. Why are you looking at healing items when you're doing a no-hit? I'm looking at the ingredients. I'm not looking at the... I'm not looking to actually make the items. I need to know what items are good. Oh my god. If I had one key, I would get one back from here and one back from here, but I do not have a key. That's triggering. Anyways. Oh my god, and... Ah! It's infuriating that I don't have a key in this situation. Anyways. What would be the most delicious food in OneBit? Yes, I'm still thinking about food. And I don't know why, because I did have lunch. I really wish I had one key. I just missed out on 5 chests because I didn't have one key. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna miss more chests. Tragic. Oh, I know what the most delicious thing in OneBit would be. Detective Eye. Yep. Totally delicious, no? I'm still feeling so paranoid from the spiked crossroad. Like, I keep looking on the ground and expecting spikes to come up. That's something that always happens to me. Staying on high alert even after the danger is over. Oh, that was a terrible shot. 1 million no hits hardcore professionalist blindfolded when. How would you play blindfolded? How can you make How can you make it possible to play blindfolded in this game? Do you get enough sound clues to be able to just rely on sound? Definitely not. I mean, for a no hit, it's definitely impossible. Hmm. Maybe it's possible to do a blindfolded run. Yeah, I mean, hearing is the only thing you would get, but I don't think it's enough, because, for example, you do not have any indication of how much HP you have. You also don't have any indication of where enemies are. Sound in this game doesn't really tell you that information. So how do you make it possible then? I guess if you play warrior, so you can tank a lot of hits, and then when you hear that you take a lot of damage, you spam potions and I don't know everything. Yeah, I mean that's true, but like, how do you even know to spam potions? You know, how do you know how many potions you have left? Shaking my head, Jonathan. You did not accommodate this game for the blind people. No accessibility features. Shaking my head. And the Prestige 5 1 million hardcore no hit. Professional is 50. No. No. That will never happen. No. That's not even remotely interesting. For me, at least. I mean, technically, in theory, it should be possible. But, yeah, I may be insane, but I'm not insane enough to do that. Why is my damage so low? I feel like I should be doing more damage. Was it actually a bad idea to go for raw damage upgrades on my recurve bow? Maybe that's why I'm struggling to deal damage right now. Yeah, I'm not even one-shotting the mages now. That's a bit of a problem. Do I really need to upgrade again? I don't even have a weapon to upgrade. I mean, I guess I can go like this until 500 steps. I mean, 5,000 steps. So I can get to Rogue Rarity. And then try to get a Rogue weapon. It's not really a huge priority to upgrade right now. Do I have anything else to do with the stew pot? I guess not really. I mean, I could make some regen potions, but it doesn't really feel worth it. It's just a bit of extra money. It feels like a lot of work for a very meager amount of money. Oh, nice, I get ruins now. Maybe I can find some more damage. If I get plus 10% total damage, that would be really nice. Alright, I also got the Kappa quest, which I need to complete. Oh, that's a key. Can I make it to that key and get back to the dungeon without losing the dungeon? Nah, I'm not gonna risk it. I've done this once. I've tried to do the greedy approach a few times before, and yeah, nah. It's just not worth it to lose the dungeon for one key. The dungeon is way more profitable than one key. I missed the Kappa. What are the odds that this recurve bow is gonna be really good? Yeah, nope. That's like the worst recurve bow I've ever seen in my entire life. I think this mage is... yeah, it's crit immune. That sucks. Crit immune mages are like the worst thing that could happen to me right now. Well, that and stun immune mimics, if you know, you know. That was a terrifying death, to say the least, when I died to the freaking mimic. But hopefully it never happens again. I have been a bit more careful with mimics after that incident. I'm still partially annoyed that First Strike doesn't work on Ethereal Shot. Like, really? It would be so useful if it worked with Ethereal Shot. And I don't think it makes any sense that it does not work with Ethereal Shot. Like, not even... let's say if I hit multiple enemies, then it would kind of make sense. Like, let's say the first enemy that I hit is gonna get the bonus from First Strike, but the others don't. That would make sense. But no, First Strike actually does absolutely nothing. That is extremely disappointing to me. still wonder if it's a bug or not. Maybe it's actually intended that it doesn't work with ethereal shot. I don't really know. What? I missed the other kappa? That's crazy. And yes, if you're wondering, I am definitely cheesing the boss. I'm not gonna risk anything. Oh, my music isn't working for some reason. Is my internet down? Nope. There we go. It's back online. Cool. Great. Awesome. Cool. And thankfully, I finished the Kappa quest, so I do not need to worry about that anymore. I just have to get out of the water now. Preferably without dying. No. My range was a bit too short. I couldn't reach this other tree. I wonder what the odds of getting a rune from a normal boss is. Like, besides Tremor. For some reason, the number 5% seems to get in my head when I try to think of that. But I'm not sure if that's true or not. Yes, I know these are mimics, and they probably have stun res? Probably not, actually. Anyways, I just destroyed them. I hate it when this happens. There's two chests that I cannot get because they are blocked by spikes. Well, tripwires. Actually, should we call these things on the ground snare traps? Because they basically do the same thing that the snare trap skill does, right? So I guess it's more fitting to call them snare traps. Okay. I really have to go crit him in. Screw you, man. Do I actually care about these obelisks? I guess I don't really, because I can aggro the boss with Ethereal Shot and then just go down. And I won't be in range for the obelisks to get triggered. Yep, just to lure the boss down. Now, I need to get to a spot where the boss won't be able to do anything. Is it? I think I got it. Yep, looks like it. But I think if I do wiggling, then it would get dangerous. It's probably safer to just sit in one place. I mean, if I wiggle, then the boss is probably gonna go left or right. And it's gonna come my way, and I'm already at the limit with camera movement. I might not be able to go down much further than this. Oh, Mimic. Cool. see. Crit damage. I mean, that's slightly useful, I guess. It's not amazing, it's honestly pretty bad, but it's better than nothing. I'm also getting pretty close to my goal of 5k steps. When I get to 5k, I think I'm good to end the stream. Now the question is, do I have any weapons I can upgrade? It does not look like it. Yeah. I guess I could try to reforge these recurve bows, but nah. Nah, screw it. Not gonna do it. A lot of mimics. Oh, I also got the inventory expansions for the merchant and an escape rope, just in case I'll need it. You know, I still haven't done 2 successful runs in a row. Like, for example, wait, how do I call it? So, I think a successful run, by my standards, is getting like 5k steps, I guess. That's what I would call a successful run. And so far, I don't think I've had 2 of those in a row, right? Usually after I get one good run, I row a few times before I get another good run. Got bored? Well, welcome back. How much did you push today, actually? How many steps did you get in? Also, you're a bit... well, it's a bit unfortunate because you just got to the end of the stream. When I get to 5k, I'm gonna end. Oh, I should use this thing. I missed out on quite a bit of damage from not using that. A few thousand. Yeah, I got it. It is pretty difficult to keep pushing after a while. Should I do the re-rolling now? Also, yeah, I got 5k, so this is gonna be the end of the stream. But I guess I'm gonna reroll for the buffs. Yep, nice damage. I like that. Yeah. So that's it for the day. Three-hour stream today, apparently. That's decent. But, yeah. I like where I ended up. Level 50 and 5k steps. That's decent enough. Okay. So yeah. That's it. I'm done. I still don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna end up streaming. But... yeah, I don't think... I think tomorrow is gonna be a free day. But yeah, that's it. Alright, goodbye. See ya. I'll see you next time. Maybe on Friday. I don't know. Bye.